This story goes something like this. It's been so long since I heard it. It's from another time and from another place. Before I became a woman on this road of life. Back then, we lived on the reserve, beside the creek, bordered by shadowed paths of decaying birch and poplar leaves. The soft footfalls at twilight of long dead ancestors whispering through the branches and thorns. There, my mother would walk in the light between dreaming and waking, searching for her rabbit's nest. The winter morning, broken by the sharp crack of the trees and ice breaking in the cold. Margot, your smile brightened the world. Now, I have only faded photographs. And your words, your stories, to evoke your memory and to pay tribute to you. May you weep for us as we go forward to the day of our reckoning. May the Great Spirit have pity on us, His orphaned children. This is a story my mother told me. Once upon a time, an old woman, Rosebilly, was at home. One still summer afternoon, when all we hear is the wind rushing through the grass. আমি এক বৃদ্ধা নাম রোজবিলি, এইখানেই বাস করি আমি একাকী, নির্জনতায় আর নিঃসঙ্গতায় দারিদ্রে কাটে জীবন, দারিদ্রে কাটে জীবন। আমি এক বৃদ্ধা নাম রোজবিলি, এইখানে বাস করি আমি একাকী, নির্জনতায় আর নিঃসঙ্গতায় দারিদ্রে কাটে জীবন, দারিদ্রে কাটে জীবন। I was at home. I hear the steps on the porch. Shono, there was a scratching sound on the door. Who could it be? Could it be my grandson, who has gone away to the city? Or could it be an old sweetheart coming to warm these old bones? So I opened the door, and standing there is this old beaver. Oh ma! আমি তো আশ্চর্যে হতবাক। কিরকম পবিত্রতা! দাদু, স্বাগতম। এসো, ঘরে এসো। The beaver entered and sat beside the table. The room was silent. The beaver hung his head, and tears poured down his face. His body heaved with his broken heart. I have lived my life in shame. And please, Didi Bhai, don't judge me. Dadu, you know as well as I that this is not us who can judge. এটা সত্যি কথা দিদি ভাই, তুমি সত্যি কথা বলছো, তুমি ভালো কথা বলো। You speak truthfully and with kindness, which I do not deserve. I gave him some tea, lifting it to his mouth, and he drank. I wiped the tears from his eyes and caressed his head. বলো, এবার তোমার গল্পটা বলো। আমায় খারাপ ভেবো না এটা শুনে যেটা আমি বলবো। Please don't think bad of me, of that which I will tell. This happened over there at the shallows where the wagons used to cross. It is a story about the time when I fell in love. Yes, I was in love once. To look at me, you would find it hard to believe. Taina? Nana, Dadu, you are still very handsome. One can tell that you have had many lovers. Your visit blesses me. Yes, I was in love once. It is so difficult to speak about it. Give me some more tea, Didi Bhai. The old woman gave the beaver another drink of tea and wiped his mouth. It happened like this. One morning, I was up earlier than usual. I sat on the bank of the creek, looking at the red willows and poplars that lined the bank, listening to the birds singing us to wakefulness and vigilance. I breathed in the morning air. This is my home, this is my land. Eta amar bhumi. Someday, I will be the master of my tribe, and this is our land. I lifted my hand like this and turned a half circle this way. And then I lifted the other hand and turned into the opposite direction and said a little prayer, wishing for long life and for the health of our tribe and for the unborn who come crying over the next horizon. How naive our prayers can be. We never know what life will bring in the next sunrise. We are so pitiful in our understanding of the great mystery called life. But I believed in my prayers. Was that not enough? I ask you. Yes, if I have been blessed in this life, at least I knew the taste of faith. However brief in that long ago morning, praise the Creator. I went on my stomach and slid down the black mudslide and splashed into the cool and clear water, frightening a school of jackfish ahead of me. He went downwards to the narrows, where the shade is cool and where members of his tribe gather in the heat of the brief summer to ceremony and to settle tribal disputes. Here, the horses came to drink at dawn, silently, warily, like outlaws. They were led by the dappled stallion, who stood off to the side, keeping watch, nose testing the air for signs of danger. New to this land, they have been accepted by the different animal nations and given their space and freedom. A distant solitude is in their nature. Perhaps it's the memories of their past suffering to the far south, across the big water, that have made it difficult for them to trust. Here, they have found peace. Is it not true that peace is what we all seek? I emerged and saw some humans on the shore. Their party consisted of 12 horses, dark with sweat and carrying trade goods. Slowly and silently, I surveyed this party. The bearded men laughed and called each other in a language which I have never heard before. কি সুন্দর তাদের ধ্বনি! One man sat in the shade, playing an instrument he held under his chin. It made a beautiful and high sound, which I felt all along my spine. I drifted closer, seduced and curious, and then I saw her. This young woman sitting on a rock by the creek, her feet in the water. How strange! Her skin so smooth and bronzed. Her hair so long, black and wavy. আমার অশ্রুর কারণ পাখির কুজন আর কানে আসা তোমার নাম যদি করতে পারো হৃদয় অনুভব যদি করতে পারো হৃদয় অনুভব জানবে প্রিয় এই ভগ্ন হৃদয়ের পরিণাম আর কখনো দেবে না যে ধরা আমার অনুভূতি রাঙি না তোমার নিঃশ্বাস আর ধর তোমার আর কোনো দিন দেখা পাবো না যে হৃদয় কাতর যন্ত্রণায় আমার হৃদয়ে কাঁদে রামধনুচে কাঁদে সূর্যের পানে তাকিয়ে আমার হৃদয়ে কাঁদে রামধনুচে কাঁদে সূর্যের পানে তাকিয়ে দেখি অশ্বেরা তৃষ্ণা মেটায় বীর যোদ্ধা মগ্ন প্রার্থনায় আমি ভালোবাসি মাটি ভালোবাসি আমার ভূমি আমি ভালোবাসি মাটি ভালোবাসি আমার ভূমি Her eyes found mine, and I was never so aware of myself. I knew shame. I returned her gaze in spite of my shame. What could I do when faced with such a being? Nothing in all my life had prepared me for this feeling. As a young warrior, I had been taught to face many forces, but nothing had prepared me for this. I was face to face with desire, and I was powerless. Yes, my mother's older sister had taught me many secret things. That is one of the ways of my tribe. And sometimes I think maybe we were punished for these secret ways because of what happened later. Nothing had prepared me for this meeting. Could she love me? What would my tribe say if I brought her home with me? এসব এমনি বলে না, যেসব বৃদ্ধরা বলে। জীবন খুবই কঠিন। আমরা ঘুরে বেড়াই হৃদয় ক্রন্দন নিয়ে। আমরা কান্না বন্ধ করি আর ব্যাস আমাদের মৃত্যু হয়। এই মুহূর্তে আমি এটাই জানি, আমরা করুণার পাত্র। আমার দিদি ভাই, there I stood, afraid, wondering if she would take me. এসো, আমার সঙ্গে আসবে? Come, do you want to come with me? আমি চাই তুমি আমার সঙ্গে এসো। I want you to come with me to my home. She came. She waded into the water against the cries and warnings of her countrymen. I reached out my hand. The roar of their thundersticks was loud to my ears. The smell of their gunpowder harsh to my nose. The thud of their bullets around my body made me brave. There was no turning back, and I abandoned my body to death. Nothing lasts forever. I let out my warrior cry. I took her hand. Hold on tight. Hold on tight. Hold on. And we dove. Our people will have a great story to tell about me. We swam along the rocks. At the bottom of the creek, we met some of my relatives who were swimming for safety from the sounds of war. We came bursting into the sunlight with a big gasp for air. Into my world, the land of my tribe. She was weak and collapsed in my arms. She was even more beautiful as I gazed upon her, my prize, my love. They say we come from the land of the sunrise, there where the lands, the sky and the water meet. It is there where it all began. This is where the muskrat brought up land from the depths of the water, with a little piece of earth clutched in his hands as he emerged, dead from his efforts. From this, we learn that all earthly actions are accomplished with a sacrifice. আমাদের বড় ভাই, our elder brother, the son of the Creator, was floating on a raft, destroyed by grief. The previous world had been destroyed by the great flood, as the Creator wanted to begin anew. He delicately opened the hand of the muskrat and retrieved the little piece of earth that had cost the muskrat his life. He placed this little piece of earth into his own hands, blowing upon it all the while. The land began to grow, and soon it made a little island, then a larger island, Egypta, until the land became as we know it now. প্রিয়তমা, my love, এখানে আমি বাস করি, এখানেই আমি বড় হয়েছি, এখানেই তুমিও বাস করবে।